Yep, it is. And, we still have the Constitution on paper. In theory, at least, it's the supreme law of the land. But unfortunately, we're at the point now where most of these politicians wouldn't know the Constitution if it bit them in the face. No, really. You have law schools where you've got armies of lawyers graduating with law degrees. They have never in their lives read the Constitution. They know all about case law. They know all about the rules of evidence, but they couldn't tell you diddly squat about the U.S. Constitution that even authorizes the federal government to exist in the first place. So the Constitution was an absolutely brilliant document, and it is a brilliant document. I think a few of the amendments that we added were rather unfortunate. Start with the 16th and 17th, but as originally constituted, it was brilliant. It remains brilliant to this day. But the problem is we have a political class that is not only not willing to enforce it, but a political class that is completely hostile to it. And then worse than that, you have an electorate that is completely ignorant about it and in many cases hostile to it because they have now gotten such a big percentage of the population dependent on illegal, unconstitutional federal programs to suggest that the federal government ought to follow the Constitution and all your free streams of money are going to go away. And they've been very strategic about this, right? They got the farmers dependent with the farm subsidies. They got the poor dependent with the food stamps. So they've been very strategic about making sure they can get a large enough segment of the public dependent on federal money so that they hope it'll become impossible to ever restore the Constitution. But I do believe that if this country, if freedom around the world is going to have any hope of surviving, it's going to have to involve returning to the principles in the Constitution. That's obviously a very, very long-term objective. There is no silver bullet where we can just snap our, everybody wants a quick solution. Unfortunately, it took us generations to get into this mess. Unfortunately, it's going to take us generations to get out of this mess. This is a multi-generational task we have before us here, but it is essential. I mean, the prospect of losing, giving up this incredible document, giving up this system, giving up the principles upon which the system was founded should be unthinkable to thinking Americans. And so we have an obligation to fight this battle, and we have an obligation to win it.